Welcome, surf world and log enthusiasts. This is the 8:05 post show. And I'll be 100% honest with you. When I showed up this morning and I saw the waves, I thought, wow, this is going to be a long day. But guess what? It flew by. These surfers made it happen. They did it in beautiful fashion. And we're going to wrap it up all for you right now. I am so close to one of those, but wait, there's some business to take care of first. I'm Chris Cote. This is Carla. This is Sam. How you guys doing? How was that day for you?
I thought it was a great day. As we said, we kind of pulled up this morning. It was really glassy, a little small, but as we walked onto the beach, Sam, we were kind of like, oh, okay, wait, not so bad. It looked a little bit weak from the beach, but from the street, but turned out to be a really great day.
I think when we had 1976 World Champ PT Pete Townend come in, he put it best when he said it was about the art of trim. It was those longboarders who were gliding, connecting those sections and finding that inside wall to really add something special, some jus to the occasion.
And I think with so many waves ridden, every heat seemed to be really exciting all the way through to the end. You know, we had buzzer beaters, we had big moments, we had some big scores as well. So through all the conditions we had today, overall, that was a A+ day of log riding, I must say. So thank you, Huntington Beach. And for you guys, you know, looking at some of the names that we basically brought through, or they earned their spots into the next round. You know, we got world champions, we've got some newcomers, some rookies, some underdog stories. So a lot happened today that's going to impact the entirety of the rest of the season.
Yeah, I love seeing a few of the goofy footers today. I love Stephen Sawyer, I love Ginger Caimi, and I love Avalon Gould. 3 goofy footers for me who really stood out.
Yeah, but then there was the regular footers like Sophia Culhane, who just really smoothed her way, or smooth finesse through her heats, and it was great to see, you know, that come through.
And you know what I liked too? Positivity.
Yeah.
I saw no grim faces of surfers heading out into the lineup because they knew full well there was going to be plenty of opportunity out there. And we do have an opportunity right now to talk to the winner of that last heat. Dr. Max Weston is standing by now with AJ McCord.
What a way to finish off an incredible day of elimination round performance. You got it done there at the end with a good score counted towards your total. Just talk to me about what you learned watching the rest of the heats and how you applied it to yours.
Yeah, I watched Sallas and Ellice-Flint surf, and they got scored for surfing really smooth, and then I just figured if I got off to a quick start and then used my priority smart, it will work out all right.
And it certainly did. Made it in the next round here at the US Open, the Lexus US Open of surfing. How are you approaching this event heat by heat?
Just trying to get in a rhythm, to be honest. I often get better as the contest goes on, so just trying to scrape through and then build a bit of confidence and yeah, go from there.
How far does a win in the elimination round go towards building that confidence?
Oh, heaps. Yeah, that's a tricky round to get through. It's like the first round is really hard. Every heat is really hard, so feels good to win, yeah.
Understandably so. We'll see you in the next one. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I like that. Simple yet effective. It feels really good to win, especially when you have to earn it like that. Last heat of the day. So he had all day to think about what was going to happen. Yeah. That is not an easy thing to do.
Well, we were talking earlier, Mitchell and I were talking earlier about like how you have to kind of plan your day out when you're at the end. You know, it's not just like, oh, cool, I'm going to be going out in a couple hours or whatnot. You got to kind of be strategic in how you plan the day out.
And super important that you recognize smoothness was being rewarded. We saw some really critical surfing that had some scrappy link-ups between the outside section and the inside section. Those scores would often fall short of the requirement. He noticed the likes of Kai Sallas with that elegant link-up, that smooth surfing getting heavily rewarded. The judges really wanted to see that composure throughout the entire ride from takeoff to kick out.
No doubt. Well, we have 3 extremely talented Kais surf today, but the heat that we're going to focus on is going to be Kai Ellis-Flint. He was going up against Antonio Dantes, and we know Antonio is no easy draw. He is a tenacious competitor, but Kai Ellis-Flint dropping a 7.67 in a 6-point ride, pretty dominant. He's so good that they named him 3 times.
Yeah, he's an absolute brilliant surfer, and it's that involvement style of longboarding with that wide point back, down carve, on his self-shaped high estate equipment there, and he really was looking hungry and lively at the same time. But Antonio, this guy, you called this heat, Carla. His nose riding is outstanding. Had some of these waves linked up, he would have been lucky with the scores.
100%, and it was really a shame that he wasn't able to find that second half of the scoring potential, but those nose rides were definitely something to look out for.
He's a cool cat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the post-heat interview, I think, made us all realize, yeah, he's really cool in the water, but he's equally cool as on land, too.
You had to have a bit of luck today as well, because sometimes if you did commit to those early sections and then the wave just died on you, you couldn't add to the scoring potential. There was one particular bolt upright, hood ornament hang 10 from Antonio that just didn't lead anywhere. But what we saw from Kai Ellis-Flint was he read the lineup so beautifully, and he picked off those more open-face right-handers that had the link. But the way he did it so coolly and collectively, but also dynamic and radical off-rail.
Yeah, he keeps that upper body so smooth and kind of so controlled while still moving that lower body in speed. And here we have Dantas really was putting it together as best as he could. He just couldn't find enough of these waves that connected all the way to the inside.
But I mean, I have so much admiration for the composure of Antonio, and here working with his brother Joao, also a highly accomplished former World Tour, former European longboard champion. It's really special to see that combination, and I think that Antonio is going to be a strong force for the rest of the season.
No doubt, and in the Kai news, Kai Ellis-Flint might be going up against Kai Sallas, who took out Kai McPhillips.
I know, we've had a Kai,
wow.
Kai.
It's Kai cubed.
The Cobra Kais are doing it. So we'll see what the call is tomorrow morning if we start with men or women, but a little foreshadowing, we could see another, some more Kai on Kai friendly fire happen tomorrow. So from the men, let's flip it over to the women. The heat that we're going to focus on is the Women Elimination Round Heat 5. This is Natsumi Taoka and Ophelia Aquin. And this was one of those heats that went down a little bit earlier in the morning. You see the difference between now and what we just saw. Sheet glass, peaky waves, rights and lefts. These waves got better than we expected in this heat.
Yeah, it was about fast footwork, but it was very close, the exchange between Natsumi and Ophelia, both very composed. And Natsumi just was a little bit more tuned into the open face waves, and she was very quick in and out of her nose rides on her new signature board. Very lively, very agile, but Ophelia's composure was equally impressive. And when you see the way that they were both locking into the 5s, into the 10s, I feel as if it's a little bit of a loss for the competition that Ophelia's gone down this early, because she is somebody who could get to a final.
100%. She's got a beautiful style. As we watch Natsumi and her beautiful style there, she did take the win in that heat. But we see Ophelia with that fast footwork up to the 5 and 10, and then rebounding. And I agree, having her, bow out this early in the game is a bit unfortunate. But you never know who you're going to pair up against and how things are going to go. But she is a fantastic surfer. You see that footwork, the 5 to the 10. Comes a little unglued in some of these moments, and perhaps that's why Natsumi got the nod.
Exactly. So this was a wave that almost delivered the score she needed, but she just needed to have that continuity and flow between the sections to get that number. And it came very close, and it was a reminder to the other surfers that you had to keep it smooth and controlled.
Yeah, rightfully so. The judges were really paying close attention to the smoothness of the rides, to the water that was potentially flying off the nose. They wanted to see good, clean surfing. They got it all day long. I mean, you look at that score right there from Ophelia Aquin,
yeah.
A 7.33 and a 5.8. That's a big number, but Taoka, consistency is 6.97 and a 6.83, so she gets the edge at the end of the elimination round, Heat 5. So we've been talking about waves all day long, and we've been talking about potential forecast coming through, and let's take it from the experts, right? I mean, we can just sit here and look at it all day, but let's look at some satellites, some data, some analytics. Our friends at Surfline, who are actually located right across the street, have some news for us all. So the Lexus US Open of Surfing presented by Pacifico official forecast is as follows. Well, they were right. The swell did fade throughout today, but we got some good news. We're going to see a little bit of a pulse. Small southwest swell, a little bit of northwest wind swell. I'm seeing some blobs, some purple stuff. So this is all good news, as it could amplify through the week.
Yeah, we like those purple blobs,
yes,
on the southern hemisphere there.
This is a pretty consistent lineup here. 2 to 3 all day, every day, morning and afternoon. Green is good, yellow is okay, and that's kind of been the trend throughout this weekend. Tomorrow will be Monday. Hopefully the ocean doesn't have a case of the Mondays. Hopefully we'll see some foreshadowing of that swell. But I have some good news for all of us. It's my favorite part of the 805 post show, the top fives. This is going to be a great ride for everybody. We're going to start off with a name that I heard from you two ad nauseum all morning long yesterday. Ginger, Ginger, Ginger. Ginger Caimi, the Grom, proved you guys right. She went out there and went off today.
Yeah, it was great to see Ginger on fire because she showed 3 traits to her surfing: her commitment, her control, and her style. And then she also showed those characteristics of critical nose riding and good rail work and reading, but she also showed her strategy, you know, seeing out the heat win by hustling and hassling and holding position. And this 13-year-old has got a lot of depth, a lot of pedigree, and it really started to shine today.
History could be made if she wins this event. I talked to her dad after this heat. I said, oh, she's so good, so stylish, da-da-da-da. He goes, yes, but overall, she's a really great kid, and that's what's most important. So that made me pretty happy. And we're gonna go now to drop knee Declan. Declan went off in this one.
Drop knee Declan. He is really known for that drop knee. We have to mention that 10 he also got right there was pretty sweet. But yeah, Declan, really a fantastic surfer, knows how to throw in that variety and that drop knee. I mentioned earlier we were calling this heat. He throws in it. It doesn't just pose it. He has power, speed, and flow in his drop knee. He shows a really epic 10 right there, and then he'll throw in this drop knee here, and you see how he steps it back, drops the knee down. See that rooster tail, that feathering of the water there, that shows that speed and that power.
It's almost like Phil Edwards style, right? Drop knee, really dipping it all down there.
Yeah, he's been a long-time rider of the Steve O'Donnell surfboards as well, and that relationship that Declan has with Steve O'Donnell is a really important part of his whole repertoire, and mixing it up, looking lively, as all of the surfers did. I mean, let's give a shout-out to the judges. They had to score a lot of rides today. 25 waves ridden in many of the heats.
I'm going to give the judges a perfect 10 today. That's my judgment of our judges. They were spot on throughout the entirety of the day. Our number 3 spot in the 805 post show is Tully. Rachel Tully, turning the heat, buzzer beater, all the sports cliches wrapped up into one. This was fun to watch.
This was actually one of my favorite moments. We were finishing up the heat, called it. Oh, I said, it's a shame. Tully's gonna have to go home. And then all of a sudden the beach erupted. She got the score, pulls it through. There it is right there. What?
That was a really cool moment right there.
That's sport, that's surfing, that's specialness. And she didn't think she had it, but she knew she earned it. She's worked hard. She continues to work hard on her Sean Nettleton boards, and we love her style.
And number 2 on our list. I like this tagline. Trying to say this 5 times fast. Steezy Sawyer styles out. Steezy Sawyer styles out. 14.50 heat total. Stevie went off out there.
218 world champion, and Carla, he was looking electric. He was spicy, he was dicey, and everything about the moves that he made me think he could be a front runner to win this week.
I always put Stevie in the front running. I think he's really dynamic. I love the variety he brings. He's a switch foot, so I have a special space in my heart for that. And I think what's great is Stevie was on the fence about joining this year. And I think it's great that he's here and he's doing well.
Yeah, thank you, Stevie, for making the right decision and coming to Huntington Beach to entertain us all, including the judges. 14.60 heat total is huge.
And this drop knee that he did was absolutely incredible. Walking out of those nose rides, putting that board on rail, he was amazing.
Yeah, and you know, he was doing it, you could tell, with passion. And you know what, a 14.60 heat total is great. You know what's better? A 14.77 heat total. I'm talking about Sophia Culhane.
She was Mrs. Smooth today. I mean, everything about the flow, the read, the line, on her Michael Takayama board, and she just was tuned in. She was one of the best in-rhythm surfers we have seen all week.
Yeah, totally in rhythm, seemed calm and cool. You know, I know she probably had some nerves, but you couldn't see that at all from the screen or from the lineup. So congratulations to Culhane.
You know, you can tell she wants to be in that conversation with Honolulu, with Rachel Tilley, of the best, and I think she is right there keeping the pace set by our world champions. Well, a great day of surfing behind us and more to come tomorrow morning, Monday morning. You know what? You're probably not going to get a lot of work done because we're going to be back out in the water 7:30 a.m. sharp. So for all you watching out there, thank you. Tune in tomorrow morning. And from everybody here on the beach, thank you guys for doing all the hard work. Make our job easy. Now it's time for one of these. You guys ready? Here you go. Here you go. I'll pass this out.
Late to the scene, but I flipped the script. Got my tools, I came equipped. Favorite stars, it's me, they rip. Stone cold bangers, no song skips. Laying in your head like a radio jingle. Hold my coat, I'm off to mingle. Gold on my neck and the platinum single. Taking it all, gonna keep it simple. You want it, you got it. You can have it all. You want it, you got it. This is the curtain call. Talking hush, but I shine like glow. Wide up quick with the too slow flow. Drip so clean, don't need that show. Beat so smooth, can't take this throw. Don't do doubt, just aim then go. Laugh so loud when they say no. Don't wear crowns, just take the throne. Too off track, but I still right. Didn't see shade, just flip that light. Move for the noise with a quiet bite. In and back down, didn't take that bite. One word wrong, still hold that mind. Never said please, yet I earned these highs. Sing off key, but I still sound tight. You want it, you got it. You can have it all. You want it, you got it. This is the curtain call.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.